Okay, now we go. So the activity was launched on create, then on start. And one thing you could do just to see this happening, because why is that? I could put here toast message. No, because it's on create. It's not showing to the user yet. Okay. If I want to know, oh, this on create was called, we have log message that we can put that appear here on the log cat. We could create a log message. It just called here log from onzoid útil. Okay. We have, and here we can call the methods D, E, I, V, warning, what the F. D is for debugging. So we have a debugging message. And you have two strings. One for the tag, one for the message. Why do you have two strings? Why is that? Because if you see here, it's very verbose. So we end up not finding your message that you want to find it. So we could what? Search for it with the tag. So that's why we need a tag. For example, here, I'm going to call it activity. Let's call it exigelac. And then the message on created, call it. So now let's run it just to see. So it already started and I can't find my message. Oh, here it is. Okay. But one thing that normally you do when you have the tag is what? You pick up the tag and put it here. So you just show the message that you want to see. Okay, your log message. Okay. So after it creates, it called the on start. Let's take this off. On start is called. Okay. Why is on start called? Because sometimes the user answers a phone call, receives a push notification change application, or even goes to the, I think the square that does this, open the, that has all the background application, change application. So sometimes the activity is running and go to on stop. It's no longer visible to the user. Or maybe inside the same application, it goes to a second activity, and this activity is not showing anymore. When the user returns to it, it calls it on restart and on start again. Okay? So, and why do you want to do that? Because sometimes, for example, you I work, for example, with the Bluetooth. We are saying the commands to a robot, something like that. If you move to another activity, you want to stop this exchange message. You want to stop and then resume when it goes back to your application. Okay, maybe some. And we could do that. We have here on start. That you could also put the log. So here log D is for debugging, and you have log W for warnings. Okay, so here let's call it on start, call it. Let's see now. So now on create, call it, on start, call it. Okay, it didn't kill the older message. Okay, this one for before. We have also on resume. On resume is just before the application will show to the user. On resume. Okay. Oh, I put that put as error. Error appears as red, as error. Okay, so it's easier for you to see. Okay, so if you want, I want when my application starts to show like a toast message, or maybe you want to show like animation. Normally you do on resume. Okay, because it's just a method that's called before the user can interact with the application. Okay. We have seen the one done before. We have on restart. Probably this one we won't see happening, but just for us to have it here. And we have on start. And we have also on pause. On pause is what? Another activity you come into the foreground. Okay? So you come to the top of this. Maybe this is what you want to do. You want to save information for the user. You want to stop a Bluetooth connection. You want to do something like that. Okay? So on pause. We have also the message what the F that doesn't say that's the really meaning of it. They call it what a terrible failure. Okay, but I think it means something else. On pause, and we have also on stop. And also on destroy. Okay. So, for example, let's we'll clear the logcat. Then let's run again. So it was called on create, on start, on resume. If I press here the stop and move to another application here, it calls on resume, on pause, on stop. You see, on destroy was not called. Okay, because it's still on the background. It may be killed by the operation system if what? Oh, I'm using that killer game that I'm using. It needs a lot of resource. Even though it showed to the user that the application is kind of like open here, maybe it's not open. It was killed because it needed memory, okay? But if I do the drag and drop, on the soy is called. Okay? So this is the life cycle of the activity, okay? Why do we need that, to know that? For example, later I will show you how to work with lists. Now it's common for you to have like something with lists, like for items or something like that, a grocery list, something like that. It's common for you to, it's a common component. We are going to choose that. Normally, what's common with that? Like for example, grocery list. You have like a plus button, something like that, that goes to another activity that you put like the name of the grocery that you want, banana, and here the quantity, like 3, don't know. And when you go back, you want to see it appear here. If we don't do anything, if you just on create, put the content here of the items, it will never appear to the user, this new banana. Why is that? Because it moved to another activity and it returns here. Then it goes to what? On pause, on stop. Then goes to on start again. So probably on start or on resume, we need to refresh the screen to appear the new item. Okay? That's why we want to know a little bit about the life cycle of it. Okay? Let me just see. So now, but every activity is kind of like one screen of the device. Ourselves, we're not going to look into that, okay? And I'm going to do a little hands-on with you guys, but it's probably going to take more than, it will take probably 40 minutes, I think, to show you. So it's okay if I take a break earlier today, okay? Okay, let me stop here the